Why Doha? मतलब मिडिल ईस्ट में दुबई का बहुत हाइप है, तो why not Dubai?
There is a very nice document called Career Kit, e-Career Kit, which is launched on ICAI website, okay, and our Doha chapter website also. So that is like a Gita or Bible or Quran for those who want to relocate to Qatar.
Why? मतलब being an Indian, if I don't know anybody, if I look for some service provider, I am a businessman. Why will I go for 51? Give my 51% of my business.
It sounds a very flashy decision, very attractive, but if you've not done enough research,
then
okay,
you ultimately get
it
can stuck also.
you can stuck over there, and then that stucking will be quite costly to your career. It shouldn't be like a boomerang. Don't fall to the prey of the commercial agents who give you the false promise. Gulftalent.com, friends, is one of the websites where you can apply.
Gulftalent.com.
Gulftalent.com is there. Bayt.com, Bayt.com is another website is there.
Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. आज भी हमारे साथ जो guest हैं, another nation, like you know that we'll be covering all global nations. So now today we have from Qatar, Doha. So he's the former chairman of ICAI Chapter there also, and to tell you, he's staying there from last 17 years. इनके पास Middle East का पूरा experience है. Plus he's the group financial controller there in one of the टॉप मोस्ट कंपनीज. सो हम इन्हीं से बात करते हैं, सीधा मिलते हैं मिस्टर निर्लप भट्ट से. थैंक यू सो मच निर्लप फॉर कमिंग टू आवर पॉडकास्ट. थैंक यू सो मच.
Pleasure is all mine. I must appreciate your great efforts in content creation and magnifying others' presence to the larger audience. CA Juneja ji, and to all your team, kudos to you.
थैंक यू सो मच. तो आप आवाज से वैसे गुजराती लग रहे हैं. आप यू आर फ्रॉम गुजरात? और
Yeah, I am a Gujarati. Yes.
वेरी नाइस. तो गुजरात वाले तो बिजनेस या धंधा अच्छे से जानते हैं और पूरी दुनिया को अपने कंट्रोल में रखते हैं. तो आप अगर थोड़ा ब्रीफ करेंगे, इफ यू कैन ब्रीफ अबाउट योरसेल्फ एंड व्हाई यू मूव टू दोहा और कतर और मिडिल ईस्ट, और क्या आपको दिखा?
Yeah, so basically, जैसे आपने धंधे की बात बोली, तो I would say that it's very true that Gujaratis are great businessmen, but why don't we be chartered accountant who support and help business to achieve the greater scale? Okay, so that is one of the ideas. Moving to Qatar was never my goal, or it was not on my wish list. However, I decided that why don't I compare myself with the global challenge? Okay, and then of course it should be remuneration wise also should be attractive, and it's also a tax-free salary which we got. And relatively, as you see, Qatar, I was always called a very peaceful and progressive and prosperous country, one of the countries of the world. So that somewhere led me to Qatar in the Middle East.
तो आपने मतलब वहां जाके जॉब देखी है, यहीं से अप्लाई करा था इंडिया से?
So yeah, so I qualified CA Juneja ji in 2008. Okay.
I'm also passed out 8.
Oh, that's great. That's why we're striking a chord very nicely. But you do look younger than me. So I went there, and my first job was in a Dutch MNC called Archie Construction. Okay.
No, आप वहाँ जाके you look for
my campus interview happened, or my rather interview happened in Mumbai. I was working with ICAI BKC, the head office. After qualifying I worked there for around a year or two. Then my interview happened in Mumbai from this Dutch company, my ex-employer, Archie Construction. So they hired me for Qatar. Their CFO, Greek CFO, came and they interviewed me and chose me to be in Qatar. And very proud to be amongst very, very few chartered accountants at that point of time with this company. Then I worked there in that company for 3.5 years. Then I moved to another local conglomerate in Qatar. And as you rightly mentioned, thank you for that. Since last 4 years, I have been working as a group financial controller of a local conglomerate which is into FMCG and QSR sector, quick service restaurant sector.
What is quick service restaurant sector?
Quick service sector क्या होता है? जैसे like we are the largest franchisee owner for pizza. Okay, यहाँ जैसे पिज्जा हट होता है. हाँ, पिज्जा हट
फ्रेंचाइजी है आपके पास?
फ्रेंचाइजी है हमारे पास, हमारी कंपनी के पास, कतार में और ओमान में.
तो आप रॉयल्टी देते होगे और रन आप करते हो पूरा आउटलेट?
Exactly, it's a US company there, and there are few other brands also based out of US. Yes, we do give royalty, and that's how the whole model runs.
तो अभी वाई दोहा, मतलब मिडिल ईस्ट में दुबई का बहुत हाइप है, तो व्हाई नॉट दुबई और व्हाट, मतलब दोहा में ही आप, कतर में ही यू वर देयर, आप 17 ईयर से वहीं हो,
Yes, yes,
तो
yes.
मतलब क्यों किसी और मिडिल ईस्ट में नहीं गए?
That's a good question. So see, any country wherever you work, in my view, should tick all the boxes. It's not about only the hype. It's not about only the the shine which country, which definitely Dubai is carrying, but it's also about the peaceful life. Your own job stability also, and of course when you have family, it's about not only about you but about your family and about kids also, their education and all. But overall, if I tell you that Qatar is amongst the wealthiest countries of the world, the per capita income of Qatar is highest into Middle East, even much more higher than Dubai and other countries also. That's because of the relatively lower population of Qatar.
कितनी, what's the population?
Of around 3 million, which is just 30 lakhs.
और इसमें इंडियन कितने होंगे?
Indians are around, I would say, 75% of the population are Indian.
75%?
Yes, sir. 75% of populations are Indian. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it's a quite bit number of people are there who are Indians over there. That's how the.
और यहाँ पे अगर किसी को जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज कैसी हैं या बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्या हैं?
So basically, those who want to relocate to Qatar, and if you are a chartered accountant, there are 2-3 avenues where you can explore the job opportunity. First is that for ICAI also, there is a very nice document called Career Kit, e-Career Kit, which is launched on ICAI website, okay, and our Doha chapter website also. So that is like a Gita or Bible or Quran for those who want to relocate to Qatar. It is for all the overseas chapters, okay, where it is mentioned about the population of Qatar, cost of living in Qatar, social life, what is the status of economy, how many chartered accountants are there, for example.
पूरा एनालिसिस है,
complete analysis.
क्या नाम बताया? नाम
it's called the e-Career Kit.
ये कहाँ से मिलेगी?
ये आपको ICAI की वेबसाइट से मिल जाती है. It's available for all the countries.
So all the countries,
for all the
anyone
countries,
can buy it, or you need to have should be a member of ICAI?
No, you should be member of ICAI. So you can, there's nothing like buying, but you can access it from the ICAI website. Another way to access it also is to approach the local chapter. Doha is the oldest out of 54 overseas chapters of ICAI. Okay, so you can contact any of the office bearer, any of the chairman or the committee member, and you can. The whole idea is that to give the complete idea about the demography, life over there, status of economy to the candidates. Okay, so that he or she is able to take an informed decision before relocating to any country like Qatar.
Or is it any guidance? It's only guidance, or there is job opportunities या कुछ वैसा भी लिखा है कि यहाँ आप apply कर सकते हो?
No, it's guidance, and but it's quite a comprehensive document, because when you want to aspire to move to another country, you need not to look only at the website and all. You have to have idea of countries.
Research करना पड़ेगा.
Research करना पड़ेगा. Exactly. So my sincere advice to all the viewers is there. Whenever you aspire to relocate to any countries, okay, don't just take a shallow decision. Okay, have complete analysis. Contact your friends or family who are already there, especially they are very important people for your purpose. Okay, do enough analysis, enough research also from all the sources, because my friends, moving to another country, it sounds a very flashy decision, very attractive. But if you've not done enough research,
then you ultimately get it can stuck also.
You can stuck over there, and then that stucking will be quite costly to your career. It shouldn't be like a boomerang.
Correct. And if we talk about tax system, what's the tax system? What is the income tax for companies, for individuals, and then what is the indirect tax?
So we are probably, I may say so, blessed to be in the country which doesn't have any personal income tax. Okay, in Qatar, on expatriates like us, like Indians, there is no tax on their income. Okay, however, there is a tax of 10% on the companies. So corporate tax, exactly, yes sir. So that tax is only on the share of the non-Qatari. So like if you have the kind of arrangement where 51% is, and it has to be a nationals, a Qatari owner, Qatari citizen, and 49% is expatriate, that the tax is levied on the only on the share of 49%.
Not on the.
Not on the.
So otherwise, if it's a local company, 100% held by Qatarians, then there is no tax.
Then there is no tax.
Corporate tax.
Absolutely well said. Yes.
Okay. And for foreign companies, is it possible to set up a company with 100% shareholding of foreigners? Indians?
It is possible. So there are two ways to do it. One is that there is a offshore unit is there, which is called Qatar Financial Center, where 100% foreign ownership, 100% repatriation of profits is allowed. So it's a very attractive way to set up a business over there. There are some guidelines over there. It has to be, for example, in a designated premises and all. So just like जैसे इंडिया में होता है ना हमारे यहाँ special economic zone, okay, which is kind of parallel regulation to the mainland. Similarly, in financial sector, this is more or less like a parallel regulation in addition at par with the other local national regulations. So you can set up a company, you can set up a firm. It has to be in the banking and financial services sector. Of course, our chartered accountancy within that sector also. And if somebody wants to relocate a business over there, okay, then ideally it must have 51% Qatari ownership. Okay, but at the same time, nowadays the government has relaxed the criteria, so it can also be with 100% foreign ownership in many of the permitted sector. So it depends on which sector you want to run a business over there.
But can we get a nominee shareholder kind of stuff also, or no? It has to be a kind of that you need to look for somebody who can hold 51%.
There are enough material available across on the website and various channels where you can approach any of the person who provide you the business setup services. And there are many chartered accountant firms also there who can help you set up the business over there, help you obtain the incorporation documents like commercial registration, article of association, all this over there, help you open the bank account, and also help you get the local national partner.
Kind of a nominee? Is it kind of a nominee only, that it is on papers only, but or that person will be actually 51%?
No, that person will be actually 51%.
Then it's a risky, why being an Indian, if I don't know anybody, if I look for some service provider, I am a businessman, why will I go for 51, give my 51% of my business to somebody?
Absolutely. So that's why another route is also there, because it's little bit risky from some person's point of view. That's why there is a parallel regulation is there, which I mentioned about Qatar Financial Center. Okay, a very, very professional service and very prompt in service as far as the transparency is concerned. Another is that there are nowadays government has opened many sectors where 100% foreign ownership is also allowed. Of course, you need to have a little bit more capital requirements, and you need to have a little bit more financial. But it is possible.
But you have to pay only this 10% tax.
Absolutely, yes.
Correct,
well
correct.
mentioned. Yeah.
And what about the visas? And what is it easy to get visa and citizenship?
So
visa? Are you working, staying there work permit, based on work permit, or you are citizen there?
Absolutely. So all the expatriates who are over there, they are working on the work permit. Okay. So to start with, any of the companies are having the quota of the visa based on the nationality. Okay. So idea is that the government wants to diversify the demography of the country and not to be over dependent on one particular nationality.
And there is no such problem as such.
No, there is no such problem
For visa.
For visa and all.
Getting expired.
It is especially for the highly skilled person like accountants, like doctors, like engineers. There are no such problems. Okay, if you are getting job, it's company who provides you the visa and all other services. Again, here very important thing is there, which I must mention to the viewers, is that don't fall to the prey of the commercial agents who give you the false promises. False promises.
We'll get everywhere.
Normally, chartered accountants are very smart, but still, it's good to keep it in mind that always, do proper research. That is the first thing. Second thing is that, research about the company also, the credentials, standings, and financial capacities of the companies also. Don't go via agents route who give you on behalf of the company the promises that you will get the job, you have to pay me this amount, and then you will get the visa. In most of the cases, that will not happen, and you will have to repent about that.
Yes. That's there. You have to be very, aware about all this
yes,
before taking any decision.
And also, since you asked me about the job prospects also, Gulftalent.com, friends, is one of the website where you can apply.
Gulftalent.com.
Gulftalent.com is there. Bayt.com, Bayt.com is another website is there. Then there are websites of all the prominent companies which will be there, where directly you can apply and you will normally get a response if your candidature meets the criteria and vacancy.
That's good. That's good. This is good knowledge which you are sharing. We will put it in our description also.
Fourth point is also there, okay, which our chapter is running, and also all the Middle East chapter and many of the other chapters also are running. We call it Sahayata campaign, okay, where for any of the chartered accountant, if his CV is forwarded to the branch committee member, chapter committee members or the chairman, it will get circulated within the 450 or 500 chartered accountants located in Qatar. So that is a very potent tool, because we should help our chartered accountants, brothers and sisters always.
No, we will do that.
So we
will share from our side also. We will share some references.
Yes.
And what's the cost of living there?
Very good question. Again, this is, friends, what CA Junaid has asked. Please always keep in mind, before you choose any job opportunity or before you venture out of Qatar, please do research about the cost of living over there. And cost of living does not only include the accommodation; it should also include your accommodation, your utility. Then if you have kids, especially the education fee of your kids, your health and medical expenses, all. So I must tell you that it is relatively on an expensive side, the cost of living.
If we compare it with India, will you be able to quote anything like 2
So
times,
if I tell you, as a thumb rule, if I can tell you, not comparing with absolutely metro or high-end areas of metro, but if you compare with non-metros, normal it is 2 to 2.5 times.
And income side?
Income side, of course, it will also be 2 to 2.5 side. The big advantage where you get the income side is that you are not paying any tax. So like, for example, NRIs like me, who are located into the Middle East. So we are not paying any personal income tax there in.
But is there any plan? Because in Middle East, we have heard about that there will be corporate taxes already there.
I have heard that in Oman, if I remember correctly, there is a plan to levy the personal income tax.
Yes, personal income tax.
But that will come first thing after 1 year, as of now. That's a plan. Another very important point is that it is for the very high income bracket people only, as of now. It's not for the smaller. I mean, high means we are talking about very, very high people, very, very high income ranging people. I think if I remember correctly, it should be above monthly salary of some 40,000 Qatari riyal. So because Oman and riyal are a different currency. So अगर आप ऐसे मान लो कि किसी का सैलरी इन इंडियन टर्म्स मोर देन 9 से 10 लाख रुपया पर मंथ है, तभी उस पे वो टैक्स लगने वाला है।
1.25 करोड़ से ऊपर अगर आपकी है मोटा-मोटा, तो आपको टैक्स लगेगा, नहीं तो नहीं लगेगा।
Which is on a very.
So you are saying that cost and income is more or less same, 2.5 times. But yeah, delta बढ़ जाएगा तो saving बढ़ जाएगी. Plus
yes,
the tax system.
Tax is not there, and very important point, Junaid ji, there is no tax, as I mentioned, on our income there also, and there is no tax, as you know, we chartered accountants should know, there is no tax here also on our NRA income.
NRA, move to anyways, because we are staying there, so there is no tax.
It will be tax on NRO and other investments and all, but not on. So that's a big difference in your disposable saving, that you are not paying tax there, all over here.
Thank you so much, Nirlep, for your time. It's really, it was really good to talk to you. We got lots of knowledge. Our viewers also got lots of knowledge about Qatar. Thank you so much for coming to us.
So can I wrap up with a couplet here, with a share?
Yeah.
So my simple message to all the chartered accounts and all the viewers over here is that if you don't get the desired opportunity, okay, sometimes rather than thinking how the scenario is, how the economic landscape is, that what institute is doing for us, for example, okay, always introspect. तो उसके लिए एक शेर है, उम्र भर वही गलती करते रहे गालिब, उम्र भर वही गलती करते रहे गालिब, धूल चेहरे पे थी और आईना साफ करते रहे. So,
क्या बात, very nice.
So always do self-analysis, friend. Introspect well. Wishing you very all the best. Wishing Junaid ji and his team
Thank you so
very
much.
all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.